MAGA Man is brought to you by
It appears you hold all the cards, Mr. Trump. My fate is in your hands.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a donkey?
Yes. Many times.
Even facing certain death, you're defiant, like a petulant child. Well, it won't help you now, Maduro. Your time is up. F8.
You sunk my oil tanker.
Hasta el final, asshole.
Coño, carajo.
Oil Tanker, the new game from Bilton Madley, proud sponsor of MAGA Man.
El papá de los pelucones.
This is not going to be easy, but we'll make him talk. Torture, blackmail, bribery, whatever it takes.
He's going to steal all the gold in Fort Knox.
Well, that was easy.
That's what you're talking about, right? The Forge Pourers heist? More money in there than a Somali daycare. A lot of gold in Fort Stocks. I mean, Snort Fox. I mean, Sports Rocks. No, I mean, you know the thing.
So it's a heist.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
Oh yeah, that's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, Joe, sure thing. See you soon, buddy.
Did somebody say secrets? You would not believe how much money I stole through Ukraine. And you didn't really think I got 80 million votes, did you? And wait till you hear what really happened to Barack's personal chef. Tell him the big guy sent you.
All right, team, listen up. Forge Pourers is planning to steal all the gold in Fort Knox.
Wasn't there supposed to be an audit of Fort Knox back in, like, February?
Who the hell is this guy?
That's Christopher Coles, the YouTuber known as Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Reagan. Okay. What's your superpower, kid?
I'm, lucky.
Everything seems to turn out okay when he's around, sir. Statistically impossible success rate. We ran the numbers.
Okay. He can stay.
To Mr. Reagan's point, we actually did the audit, sir. Contrary to online conspiracy theorists, we've actually increased our gold supply. 29,000 metric tons, about 80% of all global monetary gold.
80%? How is that possible?
That seems pretty good.
The reason we didn't publicize the findings is that we don't actually want foreign governments to know this. If they knew how much gold we're sitting on,
We'd have every country in the world trying to take it.
exactly.
Probably China. I just like saying that word, China.
So Poros isn't just trying to steal some gold, he's trying to steal most of the gold.
Better call in some of the others for backup. Hey, pilot, you'd better step on it. We've got to save Fort Knox.
Will our heroes reach Fort Knox in time? Can they stop the diabolical scheme of
daring, thrilling, and captivating content? Get ready to take your entertainment to the next level with Machismo TV, the home of groundbreaking shows and exclusive behind-the-scenes access. Join our Patreon page.
Border security and immigration enforcement were just common sense ideas. Don't believe it? Take their word for it.
Americans are right to demand better border security and better enforcement of the immigration laws.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked.
We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders. It has become an extraordinary problem.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. And we must do more to stop it.
Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No. Any city should listen to the Department of Homeland Security. The city made a mistake not to deport someone that the federal government strongly felt should be deported.
Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay.
We do not think the comprehensive health care benefits should be extended to those who are undocumented workers and illegal aliens. We do not want to do anything to encourage more illegal immigration.
People say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants from coming here? And the number one answer we give is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple.
Open borders. You're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders, and no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
For decades, these weren't controversial or radical ideas. The only thing that changed is them.
1, 2, 1, 2. All right. All right, that's what's up. All right. Let's go through some stuff, man. Random shit. I got a bunch of shit I want to get to that I didn't got to earlier during the week. And this, yo, what up, Kwame? What's up, man? And this Epstein, yo, since they didn't drop those 3 million documents for the Epstein files, you haven't been hearing a whole bunch about it in the mainstream media. They took some shots like the first day or so, but it's all the YouTubers and the independent journalists going through everything and chipping down on it. And some of this Epstein stuff is crazy. But I want to talk about this at the Grammys with the boy Shabuzi, and then they got all the black artists and everything to push this immigrant narrative, even some of the FBA. So let's go through a little bit of this real quick. And then I want to go through some of this Epstein stuff too.
In regards to this climate?
I think that we should be intentional about being very vocal about that. First of all, Jesus' mom and daddy were immigrants. So, but we need to be very.
You better.
So,
this is why Kirk Franklin, yeah, Jesus' mom and dad were immigrants. Not in the United States, they wasn't. This is why the black church is bankrupt, morally bankrupt.
We just need to be very careful to not be arrogant and prideful. And I think that we need to get in the streets and be able to save and love as many people as we can. And when I say save, I'm not talking about just their souls. I'm talking about their lives. We need to be feeding people, taking care of
paid actors.
People, looking out for people. Because the way the government is happening with this change in AI, it's going to put a lot of people out of work. So we need to be more compassionate about the human race.
And particularly January seems to have crossed a line. Do you feel like that's what's happened?
I do. I also get a little tired of Hollywood jackasses coming out and telling us what to think. And
that's a bit.
Billie Eilish telling me that, that it's stolen land. I'd love to see her turn her keys back to her multi-million-dollar mansion to whomever is going to come over.
But if you don't like it, don't
listen.
Don't listen.
We're sitting here listening to all this and these sorts of people. Nobody cares what
sorts of people are.
Nobody cares what they think. I really like Jennifer Lawrence talking about, finally, she said, I'm not going to speak politically because nobody listens to us. And I think she's 100% right.
That is not true.
Grammys was the most disturbing, sickening thing I've seen in a very long time. The bloodsuckers of the Hunger Game decided to take it upon themselves to flaunt their $100,000 worth of clothing as they follow a trend by pinning a button that says "Ice Out" on their chest. This is absolutely
facts. And I don't know if you've been watching social media. See how this is just like a regular dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is just a regular dude. And they talk. It's spot on. Like, I think that the climate has changed. Even though we still got the old Negroes and the Democratic shills and whatnot, the climate has changed politically where I guess we've been having these conversations for so long, over the last 2 years, that the everyday person who's just turning on their phone, making comments on social media, they could see through all the smoke and mirrors and like these liberal leftist ploys. Because he's calling this one straight down the middle.
Ridiculous, especially knowing the fact that the Epstein file has been updated the last 48 hours and nobody's speaking about that. Every year is something. Last year was Ukraine. The year before that, they were all going around wearing Chuck E. Cheese buttons. Who knows? These people do not care whatsoever. Make no mistake, people. Everybody that was in that Grammy room, they got some demons that we never imagined. Trevor, which is another one of those beta male liberals, decided to mock Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj has allied herself with Donald Trump, which is the most common sense thing to do. Everybody is just basically jumping her. And that right there tells you a lot about loyalty. Not only loyalty, but tell you exactly how Hollywood works. None of them people in that room is sane. They are all sick. For all them black artists to get on that stage, I believe Kendrick Lamar basically support illegal immigration, knowing the fact.
Bingo, the Kendrick Lamar shit. And he should be ashamed of himself because he's from Cali. So he know about the black and brown problems and the issues and whatnot. So he got his Grammy and whatnot, but the handlers all got them paid, and everybody got their script and their talking points for when they get in front of the camera and when they go and accept their awards and whatnot. The age of the celebrity influencer, at least in terms of their opinions on politics and social issues, the YouTube, social media, we've killed their influence. Social media, the social media and the content creators and the citizen journalists, we're the new influencers.
That Joe Biden and that administration brought all these illegals up in here for one purpose and one purpose only. We understand that black people were starting to vote Republicans in a drove, and they knew that. So what they said was, hey, we need people to replace the black community. And that is one of the main reasons why they let these people in here so they can vote, because they thought if they let them in here and give them all this, that they would vote. The fact that you know that, Kendrick, and you still sit on that stage and you protect these illegal immigrants, knowing that the illegal immigrants was ultimately going to replace black Americans in this country, makes me sick.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Minister Danz, I'm going to give you the first word on this, but before you do that, I wanted to add that last clip there just to show you that early on, we were the guinea pigs. Now they're using the celebrities and the entertainers to push their false agenda on everybody at this point.
Facts, yeah. And this is a Righteous Perspective. He's got a huge following. He's got a huge subscriber base. And we dropped the link to the main this is that main video. I dropped it in the chat. What up, chat? Let me get some W's in the chat. We winning. Actually, I'm gonna let a little bit of this play before I jump to the next thing.
Wait, Minister Danzo, what's your thoughts? Go wherever you want to go with it.
If stupid was a crime, most of Hollywood would be in jail for life. No question about it. That's just a fact. The people out there, they're actors. They think that they're brilliant. They're just crazy people. But it's sad to see people like Kirk Franklin trying to get on the bandwagon. That's a travesty in itself. You may not have seen the clip that Billie Eilish statement she made during the awards. But she said no one is illegal on stolen land. And the man was talking in the CNN clip. I mean, he stole my comment. You know, if that's the case, why don't you give up your land? Listen, can those illegals come to your property and set up shop? You see, no one's asking those kind of questions. But that's what they're doing. They're grandstanding. And it's sad. I really think it's really sad. Proverbs 18:2 says that a fool has no delight except to hear their own opinion. And that's what you see being propagated. They just love to hear themselves talk. But I would just love to see somebody, when they speak stupidly, at that very point, ask them a pointed question. And the fact that happened with one of the interviews, a Hollywood celebrity, I forgot his name, but he had a ICE tag on his coat. And the reporter asked, "What does that tag, that badge mean?" And he said, well, you can just come up with anything you want to think of. He couldn't say anything. He couldn't, because he knew he was just grandstanding. He was fronting. And a lot of them are like that. They're being fed what to say because they can't think themselves. Stupidity is becoming a very serious crisis in our nation today.
Well, this
Spot on. No, that's what I said. Yeah, I heard they were just handing out ice tags at the Grammys. Yeah, spot on, Kwame. He said, man, I was just thinking about what Malcolm X said about these entertainers. W's. Yeah, exactly. And that's Malcolm was warning us about the liberals way back. This 60s and 50s, man. All right, I want to jump to this next one because I think this was Dr. Common Sense. Oh no, let's do Shabu. Let's do Tim Black with this the Shabuzi who won the award at the Grammys, and he said this country was built by immigrants. This is Tim Black. Tim Black's commentary on this. I thought he was spot on. And Shabuzi's Nigerian. So, but, you know, he's making basically FBA music.
How many of y'all heard this Shabuzi comment at the Grammys? Yeah, man, I talked about Shabuzi and I had to go in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I had to do my commentary on the Shabuzi. I didn't even know what a Shabuzi was.
Well, my shit frozen.
You know, I'm still on RAW. Hit a.
What the hell?
Bring trouble to all the suckers who broke the thing. To be done. You know, I'm still on Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. Now, you know, I'm updated a little bit more. You know, J. Cole, Kendrick, I'm still there, but Shabuzi. That's like something you catch going to the doctor. Like, Doc, I've been up all line, I couldn't sleep, and it looked like I might have a problem with my Shabuzi. But I got up to speed on Shabuzi real quick because I'm a quick study. And the shit he said at the Grammys was, you know, I would like to say it was uniquely bad, but nah, it's been said before. It's been said before, you know, immigrants built the country. They built America. You know, and so, you know, he's just the latest person to do it that's got a lot of attention. He ain't the only one that said that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. We got, during Black History Month last year, Donald Trump was giving a speech, and he was in a room full of black people, and he said, hey, you know, black Americans, they built America, they did this, they did that, they did a lot for America. We all built it, but what black Americans did was very substantial. And it was like a very positive statement Trump made about black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, a year later, we got Shabuzi at the Grammys saying the opposite. And we got people defending.
Spot on. And Trump is really the first one to make a comment about birthright citizenship and the 14th Amendment. And that all these rights and all of these resources that are being handed over to other immigrant groups, that they were meant primarily, birthright citizenship in particular, for the babies of slaves. So spot on Tim Black.
In this shit. I'm like, man, what's going on here? I thought Trump was the one who didn't give a fuck about, you know, he didn't respect black people. So my thing about Shabuzi is, I know he wants to, he puts out a statement today. Well, yesterday, he puts out a response. And let's get into the response, okay? Because I got a response for the response. I mean, he gonna respond. I mean, I can't just leave him hanging. He taking time out of his day to get his publicist to put together a comment. The least we can do is acknowledge it, chop it up, right? First and foremost, I want to express my deep gratitude to everyone who has supported and celebrated my journey as an artist. I also want to acknowledge the conversation surrounding my acceptance speech. To be clear, yeah, he ain't write this. Yeah, he did not write this. This right here, this does not sound like normal.
Yeah, they publicists, PR people, and they damage control wrote this. Why? Because they don't want his record sales to drop. They don't want them record sales to drop. They seen what happened to Fat Joe. Know what I mean? Speaking of people that are going to be having financial difficulty, where my parody drop? This is WNBA Joe.
We're not signing the new CBA offer. We want more of the NBA's money, Adam.
And I want hair and smaller ears. Just take the offer. The minimum salary is going to be $250K and the max will be $1 million.
$250,000 a year isn't enough. I need $250,000 every 365 days.
What the hell are you talking about, Angel? Do you have period brain right now?
We're not accepting till we get a 50-50 revenue split.
That's not even possible, Kelsey. The WNBA loses money and only owns 42% of their league. The rest is owned by the NBA and investors.
Then the NBA should give us some of their shares.
Ha! You can suck my big Jewish balls, rectangle face. This is the best offer you're gonna get.
Then we'll go on strike. Basketball isn't my only income. I just released my new sneakers that everyone is gonna wear, just like Jordan's.
Are they not drug testing you all? Nope.
People stuff. That's that prepared remark shit that they give you. To be clear, I know and I believe that we, black people, built this country. Hold on, man. A response. I can't even get through the first. I don't know, what is this? The meat, like the meat and potatoes of it. I can't even get through it without roasting it. What you mean we? Dude, you just got here. Fam, you 30 years old. What have you done to build the country? Who is we? So when we talk about building the country, we're not talking about ourselves. And your parents weren't born here. Talk about missing the whole damn point. His parents are from Nigeria. They moved to America, they have him. Okay? He ain't build shit. What's we? Your parents didn't build shit in America. Maybe they built it in Nigeria and left it because they so, giving. But they didn't.
Shit, I've never heard of a Shabuti. He was doing like he had like a trap country song. He's talented, but the Grammys then turned him into a useful tool in a plant. I mean, that's pretty much like nobody respects the Grammys or the Oscars anymore. It's just it's just used for political theater now.
It's like it totally don't. Fam, come on now. Why come you just can't say hats off to Black America for all the work they did to make the rights to die? I mean, people died. Our ancestors died fighting for civil rights, and you get to come enjoy them. Why you just can't give them props and be out? Look, my bad, respect. Let's keep going. He says, my words were not meant to erase, diminish, or overlook that truth. Black people have also built the country.
Have also?
My words were never intended to dismiss. My words were never intended to dismiss that truth. I am both a Black man and a son of Nigerian immigrants, and us overwhelming. And in the overwhelming sacrifices my parents, and in the overwhelming moment of winning my first Grammy, my focus was on honoring the sacrifices my parents made by coming to this country to give me and my siblings opportunities they never had. Okay, So at the same time, winning this award on the first day of Black History Month and becoming the first Black man to win Best Country in Black History, it stands on the foundation laid by generations of Black people who fought, sacrificed, and succeeded long before me. This moment belongs to all of us. My entire career has been rooted in lifting people up, honoring where we come from, and expanding what's possible. I'm proud to be part of this legacy, and I intend to continue doing that work for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's a canned, prepared response from the PR department. Yo, what up, Lord of Brooklyn?
Look, man, I hate to sound like your guidance counselor, right, or your English teacher, or whatever, but it seems like you didn't understand the assignment, Shabuzi. Maybe acknowledge that Black Americans invented country western music. Black Americans invented country western music. Seems like a very simple thing to say. All this other, that's not up for debate, sir. It's not about feels. Got nothing to do with your parents. Y'all get where I'm coming from? You win an award in a category that no other Black man has received. And Black Americans invented the music genre. You could say that. You bigging up immigrants, but see, it's par for the course, fam. If you acknowledge the actual contributions of Black Americans specifically, that's when they come for you. Somebody gave this kid the memo. Well, this young man, okay, he's a young man. Someone gave the young man the memo that told him, now, not the Blacks, not the Black Americans, not the foundational Black Americans. Someone had to catch him by the water cooler. Someone sat him down and had a conversation. Someone told him, I don't believe this is on his own. You don't mess up this bad 2 times in a row without help. This ain't him just fooling around or fumbling the ball all on his own. He had help fumbling the ball. As long as we're clear here, right? The original problem was you have a immigrant making this about immigrants. And immigrants have contributed to America. I would never say they haven't. But you're on Black History Month. The first Black man in America to win this award, and you make it about immigrants. And I understand there was some similar people that some of the music, and there's some controversy surrounding, did you get some music from a guy named J-Quad? Or what happened? There's no mention of Beyonce and all this. I'm hearing a lot of stuff where Black Americans really contribute just to your own personal success. And you carved this out of the statement, and now you doubling back as damage control, and the damage control and controlling, and it is what it is. And see, this is the thing, fam. This is why we must demand our respect, because if we don't demand respect, nobody gives it to you. You gotta demand it, you gotta take it, because these people act like they will disrespect you and then act offended when you call them out. Why would you accuse me? You know, they do that. They go right into Karen mode. Him wrong. We not wrong. He's wrong. He got it wrong, right? He got it wrong. And now it's like, oh, why are you jumping on here? Why are you taking away from his moment? He had them remarks written down, fam. They was written down. He didn't come off the top of the head. He wasn't freestyling. So anyway, that's it. That's all. Just Shabuzi, go sit down. You know, Jagoofy. Shabuzi is goofy, and go count your money.
Spot on. You say you tried to get it wrong? Yeah. Yeah, this immigrant agenda is really turning into a thing, man. And I've been all up and down my feed and in my algorithm, man. Everybody really feeling some type of way about this FBA delineation, man. There's like I didn't peep all these and they're new channels, like hate channels on like making FBA content. It's a lot of Africans too, a lot of Ghanaians, Kenyans, and Nigerians, with all these anti-FBA channels. And the crazy thing is, that all it is lineage-based stuff, you know, with our definitive history here in this country, and us wanting these resources allocated to us. Nothing crazy. I mean, it's just like the America thing, man. Everybody been eating on our back for a long time. It's time to make an adjustment. I just found this. I didn't even see this. These protesters, these white liberal protesters, who are so against racism, calling a black ICE agent the N-word. And this is from what is it? Dr. Common Sense. He's a black guy. I'll be watching his content sometime. But watch this.
Like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Wow. Wow, is that a question? Wow. Okay.
How do you feel about ripping people from their families?
Does that feel good?
Fucking house nigger.
Sir, I need to move.
Fucking house nigger. Where you put a fucking KKK? What's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Fucking house nigger, bitch.
You heard that? You heard that? These white liberals are out here fighting for and defending immigrants for. You heard that? So I be telling you, these white liberals, they the most racist.
Did you hear the racist white Democrats call the black ICE agent a nigger? Then one called him a house nigger, not the N-word, nigger. I've said this and I said before. Nobody's more racist than liberals. That doesn't mean there's no Republicans that's not racist, but nobody is more racist than the damn liberals, white and black liberals. See, blacks who are liberals, they
say the point that he just made, and that's what I'd be saying about a nuance in these political conversations. And he was saying, just like he said, no one's saying that there aren't racists over on the Republican side. And I keep reiterating this this talking point that yes, we voted for Trump. Trump is MAGA. Trump represents the Republican Party, but Trump is not a Republican. Trump is someone who took over the Republican Party. Most black men who aren't these old Negroes, they voted for Trump because they liked his policy platform, his America First stance, and also because they was trying so hard to take this man out and he would not fold. He was the Teflon Don. And even though people try to pretend now, black dudes have always liked Trump since like the goddamn 80s. And like I said, we say Republican Party, but this Trump term, I keep reminding people that he absorbed 2 third-party candidates, Tulsi Gabbard and JFK. So a very strong argument could be made that this is actually the first real third-party administration that we've ever seen. It's just Republican in name only. Do you know what I'm saying? And moving forward, even after this Trump term, you know, if a Republican policy and platform ends up being nothing that is of service to the FBA black man, we won't vote for that policy either, or the Democrats. Most people will probably choose the couch or something like that. But no one's interested in platitudes and identity politics anymore. We want to know what your policy initiative is, and if it is, if it's beneficial to us. Kwame says, my son and I had a great conversation about these white liberals just today. Yeah, they're the absolute worst. I mean, they're the ones that really operate like friggin' fascists, controlling speech and all sorts of things, all manners of things, such as.
Let it be known, the Joy Reids and all of them, they let it be known that they're racist. All they talk about is racist. Don Lemon, married to a white man, goes home and get the white sausage every night, pretending like he hate white people so much. See, the black ones just come on, the Joy Reids, they come on, let you know they're racist. Michelle Obama. But I'm gonna tell you something about a white liberal. They're like foxes. They sneak up and pretend we're for Black Lives Matter. Do you know how many times Hillary and Nancy Pelosi has called Barack Obama and Michelle niggers? Child, please, of course they have. They've said it so many times it's not even funny. But they'll get on TV and we're for you. We know you shouldn't know. Don't teach their kids how to read. It's not their fault. We don't want your kids going to a private school, even though we're sending our kids to a private school. They're racist as hell. And they call the black man a nigger because he asked, is this a man?
Like we should rip people apart from their family.
Are you a man?
Wow, is that a question?
Wow.
Okay, how do you feel about ripping people from their family? Does that feel good?
Fucking house nigga in here. Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga working for the fucking 𝐘𝐿. What's wrong with you people? Why are you calling a woman a man? Sir? I mean, what kind of a guy does that? Fucking house nigga, bitch.
They all like that. They pretend all the time. No matter how many times they pretend. They'll act like they're helping you. Well, that's okay if you don't know how to read, little Sally. If little Jerome don't know how to sit down in class, it's because he don't know who his father is. They do everything to placate. And see, then they'll go get them a couple of Negroes, leaders, to go tell the black folk who to vote for. Did it with Dr. King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Barack Obama. They even got Kamala Harris trying to adopt her as a black person. They even went and got Joe Biden and said, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. Chelsea Handler, who was dating 50 Cent for a previous time, she once told him that she needs to remind him that he's black. In other words, he's coming off the plantation trying to have an independent mind. He don't want to pay too much in taxes. They call him a nigger because he asked a man if he was a woman, saying you insult a woman. You got a ding-a-ling. What are you talking about?
Quab, you said we watch the same content creators? No, I could believe that. Like, they be putting a lot of, sometimes depending on what you watch, the algorithm be recommending a lot of the same stuff. But my algorithm, I don't know, have you noticed your algorithm been recommending a whole bunch of weird stuff for you lately? I've been having to put that don't recommend shit. The algorithm be actively pushing bullshit to you. Especially if you watch like a lot of black conservative content, they be trying to sneak in stuff to get you to change your mind almost. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's play the rest of this out.
It's not an insult, it's a fact, biologically. It's biologically is a fact. But see, these people, whenever you make them mad, their true colors come out. They say nigger so many times it's not even funny. I wish I had a hidden camera in Hillary's campaign. I wish I had a hidden microphone for Joe Biden. While he was the vice president, he was saying nigger to Jill Biden. Jill Biden, I gotta placate to this nigger. And when Jill Biden and Joe Biden finally got in there, Jill probably said, we don't have to listen to those niggers anymore. Of course they're racist. All liberals are racist. What the hell is you talking about?
Perfect. All right. Hold on. Let's pull that down real quick. Let me load up some of my, let's take a parody break real quick.
I analyzed videos of over 100 instances of Superman catching people falling from buildings. Superman dips 30% more to cushion the blow of white people than he does blacks. This is a clear indication of implicit bias. There's no way around it. Superman is racist.
What they neglected to tell you is that the white individuals all fell from skyscrapers. The black individuals fell from smaller buildings, on average, experiencing significantly lower velocities.
And why does Superman live in Metropolis, the city with the lowest crime rate in America? Because it's also the city with the whitest population in America.
To heck with this. I'm moving to Poland.
Mr. Reagan.
Slickhead, comic coast bullshit you're trying to pull here. But America? That's my territory, pal. America! You're not running a state. You're running a fucking dumpster fire. Fucking dumpster fire! Now you hold on, Mr. President. California's leading the nation. Leading the nation in what? Crime? Fires? Homelessness? Well, I'm leading in, Let's talk facts here, pretty boy. Yeah, pretty boy. You got the highest taxes in the nation. Crushing your people while you sip wine at the French laundry. The French fucking laundry! 817,000 Californians fled the state in 2022 alone. Facts! Businesses closing down, crime is up, and your streets? Your streets are flooded with pop-up drug dens. Say no to drugs! Homelessness, crime waves, $7 a gallon for fucking gasoline. $7 fucking dollars! You're not governing, you're torching the fucking place. I've been fighting for California values. Climate action, reproductive freedom. California values? You mean porn in the classroom? Pervert! Keeping parents in the dark about their kids' gender transition? You sick fuck! You declared a COVID dictatorship. Locked down your whole state for 3 fucking years and then partied maskless at fancy dinners while your people suffer. Suffer! I'm talking scorched earth incompetence, Gavin. You're a one-man wrecking crew, and I'm gonna clean up your fucking mess. You're just politicizing tragedies, like the wildfires. I'm protecting wildfires. You let environmental red tape block forest thinning and control birds. You let LA burn to the fucking ground while you pose for fucking photo ops. And now you think you're gonna defy me? Not up in here. Not up in here. You go against me, and I'll rain down an ungodly fucking MAGA firestorm on your whole fucking political career, buddy. You'll need the fucking United Nations, the Red Cross, and a fucking time machine to save your sorry ass. I will massacre your 2028 fucking dreams. Massacre! You can't judge. You push socialized medicine, killed fracking, and let violent crime spike while you emptied fucking prisons. You're not a governor. You're a walking extinction level event. That just happened. So take your California values and shove them right up your fucking ass. Click.
Yo. Yo, these parody joints be fucking hilarious, bro.
I was basically raised on bananas and rice, okay, in a Somali daycare, which was very formative, and people don't get that that's like culture and nutrition. So when I speak from...
In light of recent conversations, we are proposing a pilot program to transition public school lunches to bananas and rice.
Huh? Wait, what?
This is about inclusion. This is about listening, and frankly, the people are demanding like bananas and rice.
Excited to announce new products. Bananas and rice, available at select Walmarts nationwide.
Wait, are these all empty? Every single one.
No way, this can't be real.
Bananas and rice, gone.
Guys, you're seeing this like there's nothing, just cardboard.
Look, this internet guy is simply wrong. We have strict oversight. They looked in the boxes before they were filled, and I can assure you, so clearly, nothing happened.
So the bananas and the rice?
They were stolen. We don't know by who. We don't know when. They're just gone. Hey, why you stand there looking? We're busy, okay? We have bananas, we have rice, you don't know what we are doing.
Yes, go mind your own business.
We unload, we load, finish, that's all.
Why you keep staring? You think it's funny? We have bananas, we have rice.
I am isn't just bananas and rice. People think it's simple, but it's deeper than that. It's culture, it's history, it's identity, and yes, it's like bananas with rice.
Oh, this shit never gets old. Yo, what up, Phil? Yo, I sent you I just set up the tech support stream as a podcast here on YouTube. So I think you can actually listen to it on YouTube Music and stuff now, too. We're starting to rack up the episodes. I think we're at episode 6 or 7 now. Phil Waff in the building. All right, let's look at some of this Epstein Island madness. Because since the files have been dropped, mainstream media has been awful quiet. And I think are they going to televise the Clinton's testimony, Senate testimony regarding the Epstein debacle? If so, that'd be good television. All right, it's my man Osmond. Epstein Island is truly evil.
This is Jeffrey Epstein's island. To understand it fully, we've remodeled the entire island, and we've divided it into 3 main sections. So we can tell the complete story of how this place was built and what it was hiding. The first villa sits on a point just below the main house, built years after Epstein purchased the island. Next to it is another residence, connected to the pool complex by a lower level doorway. This one even had an outdoor bath backed by a giant mirror looking out toward the sea. Facing the ocean is a wide stone patio. Set into the floor are 2 mirrored shell designs, along with the letter E. It may have been decoration, or something more symbolic. Above it all is the main house itself, the largest residence on the island.
That's a big one.
When Epstein bought Little St. James in 1998, this house was already here, but he had it remodeled and expanded into part of a much larger complex.
Damn.
The sea-facing side has a veranda, while the back of the house opens into the pool area. That pool complex is massive.
Okay, and for everybody who doesn't believe that Epstein was Mossad, I mean, this guy had 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 on speed dial. Like that was his, like the majority of like a lot of the correspondences and the files are between him and 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. I think they were even staying together at some point. Yeah, and for him to have access to this much money so quickly, yeah. And like I said, and I'm still 50-50 that the guy's still alive, bro. I'm telling you.
It has 4 cabanas, a pergola, and a large swimming pool in the middle. At the far end of the pool was a statue of a seated archer, and beyond it, a painted compass that some mistook for a helipad.
What the
Parts
fuck?
of the pool complex were 2-storied, with staircases and hidden doors that led into lower levels.
Yeah.
Not far away, along the beach, another villa was hidden behind thick
it's another
trees.
house. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's so
Visitors
small.
usually arrive by sea. Boats pulled into the island's jetty, which had a covered loading and waiting area.
Can you believe this guy was literally sitting there on his rape island having presidents and other billionaires coming and asking him for advice while he's playing World of Warcraft and fucking around in Call of Duty, getting banned on Xbox Live? Like, I mean, this is actually insane. What the fuck?
Those who came by air landed at the grassy helicopter pad.
And
it
War
had
Thunder,
small
yes.
shelters for passengers
pigsty,
and luggage.
yeah.
Nearby, two strange details stand out. At the top of a slope is a giant monkey statue, and beside it, a stone staircase
A giant
that leads up the
monkey
hill,
statue?
then stops abruptly, earning it the name the Stairs to Nowhere. This northern section of the island was meant to impress. Moving toward the center of the island, the design shifts. Here, the focus is less on luxury and more on control. Tucked into the trees is a low building, almost hidden from view.
This place is massive.
Its purpose is still unknown. Just beyond it lies...
Wait, so there's a giant warehouse and nobody knows why it's there? Well, that seems pretty interesting. Huh.
The island's main...
All right, let's go through some of these fall leaks.
And it just gets even more insane. After the Haiti earthquake occurred in January 2010, Epstein and others became increasingly interested in Haiti. I found an interesting email. Someone is in deep shit. An unnamed contact about low-key personnel trip to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, that someone named Steve had received an invitation to meet Haiti's newly elected president. What the fuck? Epstein said due to Haiti's chaotic banking system, it would make it a good spot to park money discreetly. What? So they're just out here talking about, like, more in 3 to 4 weeks. It's unstable for sure of all the crazy banking stuff, but it might be safe to park money. Steve and I, if we do it, will do this very quietly. Leave from New York City sometime in October, one night in Port-au-Prince. You are welcome to join us on the down low. And that is from Jeffrey fucking... Oh my God. Well, so there it is. They need to show us the names. Well, so he's doing this too. Let me go back and find the rest of it. And oh my God, his also Jeffrey Epstein's 10,000 acre ranch in New Mexico, known as Zorro. It had an airstrip and helicopter pad. So everybody's talking about the island, but I had no idea he also had an entire ranch. Holy shit! It had an airstrip, a helicopter pad. He legally, through campaign donations, paid off the local sheriff and a wide range of New Mexico politicians and operated there with total impunity. Yeah, Ram Ranch is real. Holy shit. A whole fucking compound, I know. And so anyway, let's go back and look at the other ones here too. And, we already saw this before. And the more that comes out, the more you start to wonder if we even know how sick these people are. And Harvard professor Martin Nowak emailed Ghislaine Maxwell in 2002 to thank her for her hospitality. Then, out of nowhere, I am so happy that I did not kill anybody. I am so very sorry I caused you so much worry and I spoilt this day. I am so happy that I did not kill anybody. My perspective on life has changed now. Lots of love, Martin. Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch report surfaced in 2019 regarding a never realized plan by the late Jeffrey Epstein to use his ranch for a baby-making factory or a eugenics project where he hoped to inseminate women with his DNA.
Bingo. And there you have it. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I mean, I think for a lot of black people, we weren't really that surprised about the stuff that was in the Epstein files. I think the general sentiment's kind of been like, yep, sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's been the general sentiment. But no, there's been some political fallout with these files dropping. And like I said, I don't hear them talking about it on mainstream media that much no more. It's mainly YouTubers talking about it. Where's the one? Yeah, this is it. The British Prime Minister's taking. It's looking like they're about to give him a vote of no confidence. Starmer. Yeah, he's getting all of this fallout from the Epstein files because apparently the ambassador that he appointed to the U.S. is all up and down the Epstein files, and it looks like Starmer knew about it when they did the initial security check on him for him to get the position. So this is actually this actually happened in Parliament.
Whoa, hold up. Keir Starmer's finished. He admits he knew Peter Mendelsohn. So Peter Mendelsohn, this is a guy who is one of the recurring characters, you could say, in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Not a good place to be in. And so Keir Starmer, they're saying they knew he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, let's watch this and see what happens.
When we knew this, I asked him at that dispatch box, he gave Mandelson his full confidence at that dispatch box, not once, but twice. He only sacked him after pressure from us. I am asking the Prime Minister something very specific, not about the generalities of the full extent. Can the Prime Minister tell us, did the official security vetting he received mention Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
So clear. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I feel like a lot of people would want to know the answer to this.
Prime Minister?
Yes, it did.
I think that we need to get him. We need to get him and we need to put him in jail here in New York. Not for any specific crime, but just for having such a lack of aura and for being such a limp dick that I feel like we just got to go get him. Really? Like when Maduro is ass. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like, yeah, just to make sure that, I mean, we'll do everybody a favor, right?
Prime Minister?
Yes, it did. As a result, various questions were put to him. I intend to disclose.
Are you a pedophile? Did you have, have you ever eaten a baby? Okay, what's next? Oh, do you rape? Okay, all right, good. Let's see. What's wrong with you?
Close to this house, all of.
What does pizza mean to you?
The national security, prejudice to international relations on one side. I want to make sure that to make sure this house sees the full documentation, so it will see for itself the extent to which time and time again.
You know what I think is funny is that a lot of people had relationships with Jeffrey Epstein, and I think that many of the people that did weren't guilty of anything that was really bad. So they might not have really, that wasn't really a red flag potentially then, but I don't really care. This guy is a limp dick. He's a limp dick. Everybody knows it. And whatever is going to get rid of him, I think that's great. I do. I think it's great.
And completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship.
He has negative aura.
And lied throughout the process, including in response to...
Look at this, bro. Aura level 0. This is embarrassing. You need to put this guy in jail.
The due diligence.
Mr. Speaker, I think it is shocking what the Prime Minister has just said. How can he stand up there saying that he knew, but he just asked Peter Mandelson if the security vetting was true or false? This is a man who's been sacked from cabinet twice already for unethical behavior.
Wait. So this guy had already been kicked out 2 times before? For how little aura he has? Dude, this was the video that convinced me that we need to put him in jail.
Yes, that's the British Prime Minister. The kickback, and that's what I'm saying. You're not hearing about any of this on the mainstream news. I think this happened recently. This might have been in the last 72 to 48 hours. And they released 3 million documents is a lot. I think Trump just release it all and let the chips fall where they may. I mean, sneakily, his enemies are catching more strays from this Epstein shit. His enemies are catching more strays from this Epstein shit than he is. You got people resigning left and right. I want to do this one right here. Hold on. Is this the rise of single moms? Yeah. Oh wait. Let's do my man Jeremy Hill. I haven't done none of his stuff in a while. Is that loading? Yeah, it is.
I analyzed videos of over 100 instances of Superman catching people falling from buildings. Superman dips 30% more to cushion the blow of white people than he does blacks. This is a clear indication of implicit bias. There's no way around it. Superman is racist.
What they neglected to tell you is that the white individuals all fell from skyscrapers. The black individuals fell from smaller buildings, on average, experiencing significantly lower velocities.
And why does Superman live in Metropolis, the city with the lowest crime rate in America? Because it's also the city with the whitest population in America.
To heck with this. I'm moving to Poland.
Mr. Reagan.
All right, let's do this one. This is Jeremy Hill reviewing Helen Andrews. This is on feminism. Let's do this.
Triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm gonna talk about in this reaction video, man, I'm gonna talk about. Well, I'm gonna have a lady named Helen Andrews, man. She's quite a debater. She's quite someone who is against the feminist movement. And I think we all can learn something from this little thing she got going on right here. She's speaking in front of a lot of people about how feminism has destroyed America. And what she talks about the most, which I really like, is she, like myself, believes that women should not have certain positions of power. They should not be in certain positions. There are some jobs that they should not have. Forget being equal. There's some things a woman should not be doing. A woman should stay in her place. And this is my humble opinion. And we're finna get into this, man. I want you to hear a woman say what I've just told you in her own way. Let's get it.
The libertarian economist Tyler Cowen once wrote a blog post describing all of the revolutions he's seen in the course of his lifetime, starting with the moon landing when he was a little boy and going up chronologically to today's advent of AI. And there were only 7 revolutions on this list because this was only the greatest and most earth-shaking ones. And right there, between the fall of communism and the invention of the internet, was something called the Great Feminization. That is not a phrase that a lot of Americans know, but future historians may well rank it as having greater importance than almost any other revolution on that list. The Great Feminization is very easy to define. It refers to the increasing representation of women in all of the institutions of our society. But as simple as it is to define, it's very difficult for those of us on the other side of that revolution to fully grasp its significance. The first thing that most people fail to understand about it is how unprecedented it is in human history. There have been many societies that have been feminist to one degree or another, in which women have been queens and owned businesses and held positions of authority that commanded the respect of men. But there has never been a society in which women hold as much political power as they do today.
Fact.
Think of all of the parliaments that have ever existed, every legislature in every country in every century. None of them has been, as ours is, 1/3 female. The idea of a female chief of police would have seemed very strange even to many early feminists. And yet today, the police department is led by a woman in the largest city in America and in the city in which we are now standing.
I want you to pay attention to the numbers and the percentages that she's going to give you, the statistical data about how many women are in positions of power, positions that were formerly held by men. This is why justice is not given to citizens in America the way it used to be.
Spot on. And I know I've been slowly positing a argument over the last year or so, and part of it started out with especially with the political climate, especially since we were talking about black men in the community, and since we were making black men more politically astute leading up to this Trump election. I've been positing the argument that laws need to be changed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But in particular, because of the gynocratic nature of the community and how FBA black men are socialized here in the States, that while we're waiting for laws to change, et cetera, and while the red pill talking points and conversations are being had, one of the immediate solutions is that since brothers are all complaining about the gynocracy, you know what I'm saying? Platitudes. One of the first things y'all could stop doing is stop voting these quiches into office. That that's DAs, judges, mayors. I'm from Philadelphia. We got a female Keisha mayor, female Keisha sheriff. Nothing is. Keishas run the businesses, their positions that they're hired into, like single mother homes, and look at the black community as it is. And now, like I said, that goes across the board. Tito's been making an argument that it could, and it may seem far-fetched, but you've got these Gen Z boys coming up who are being very red-pilled. You got the OnlyFansification. Other one, it could be a lot of these boys are going to be in positions of power in the near future. There's arguments being made for rolling back the 19th Amendment and et cetera, et cetera. It seems far-fetched now, but I mean, if you had told us 10 years ago that people would actually in this day and time be debating what a woman is, and that they would be having transitioned men's playing a women's sport, none of us would have believed that to be a possibility.
Women are moving on emotion. So a lot of times, people who have done some of the most horrible things, they get a pass. A judge can let a person who unalived somebody off simply because she feels empathetic towards that assailant, because that he or she came from a broken home and had a hard time in life, didn't get to start the way everyone else did. So because of that, that's justification for that person to unalive somebody because that woman judge feel you got to be sympathetic to their plight. Stuff like that, right? But let's keep going.
Law schools today are majority female. Law firm associates are majority female. Medical schools are majority female. Women earn a majority of BAs and PhDs. College faculty are majority female. Women are 46% of the managers in the United States, and the white-collar workforce overall, workers with college degrees, a majority of them are women. These are, in many cases, very recent developments, with the tipping point having occurred only in the last 5 to 10 years. And that is the other common misconception about the Great Feminization. People tend to think of feminism as something that occurred back in the 1970s. But it took several decades to go from token representation to approximate gender parity. The first woman on the Supreme Court was appointed in 1981, and in that year, women were 5% of the judges in America. Today, there are, of course, 4 women on the court, 1 justice away from a female majority, and women are 30% of the judges in America, 40% of the judges in the state of California, and 63% of the judges appointed by President Joe Biden. So from the first woman on the court to a likely female majority on the Supreme Court is probably going to be a span of about 50 years. And the exact same trajectory over the same timeline can be seen in many other professions. There was a pioneering generation in the 1970s where a woman was often the only female reporter in her newsroom or the only female professor in her department. And then increasing female representation through the 80s and 90s until a healthy female representation of about 20 to 30% by the turn of the century. And today, 25 years later, in many of these fields, they are now 40% female or 50-50 gender equal. And the pendulum may not be done swinging yet. As feminized as we are, we may get more feminized still. Look at the example of the profession of psychology. As recently as 25 years ago, psychology was a predominantly male profession, up to 70% male. Today, the youngest cohort of psychologists just joining the profession, 20% male. Men have evacuated the profession of psychology. And it's easy to understand why. It's because psychology has become feminized. As women increased their representation in the profession, they reoriented the field.
So they changed the whole field of psychology. There are men who are abandoning that profession simply because women are ruling it. There's a scripture in the Bible, and I'm paraphrasing, talking about something about the women are oppressors. I know somebody who's watching going to say it. Please put that scripture into the comments, talking about the children are bad and the women are their men oppressor. Woe to my people. Whenever you have women running things, it's going to be a lot of hell and a lot of woes. You understand me? Because if a woman become a therapist, she'll take the side of the woman. You can go do a couples therapy, and because she's so emotional, she'll start seeing the woman's point of view and totally disregard what's going on with that man. But men will look at things, through an objective type of way and see who both is wrong and who is right, who is wrong, all that stuff. He's not going to just take the side of the man for the hell of it, and he's not going to take the side of the woman for the hell of it. But a woman will. Let's keep going.
To be more friendly to their ideas and preferences, to be about caring and empathy and non-judgmentalism. So a man who wanted to become a psychologist because he liked judging other people would naturally choose a different profession. The same thing has occurred in literary fiction. Some of you may have read in the last 12 months one of several articles in the New York Times about how men don't read novels anymore. And the explanation why, which is very obvious to me, even if it's not obvious to the New York Times, is that the publishing industry is overwhelmingly female, almost 80% female. So men do still like to read novels. They just don't like to read the kinds of novels that today's publishing industry produces. Some fields are more susceptible to feminization than others. There's very little you can do to feminize the field of math or engineering. But as women join a field in greater numbers, we should expect that any field that can be feminized will be, and the dynamic will play out exactly as it has in psychology. It may be that a 50-50 gender split is not a stable equilibrium.
Exactly. So any space that weak men allow women to intrude into is going to become feminine. You see how these children being raised by these single moms, especially the young boys, and how much like, how can I say this in a nice way? This is a nice way I can say it. How a lot of these young boys today being raised by single mothers are acting like bitches. They're emotional. They don't know how to regulate their emotions, man. They don't know self-restraint. They don't know how to save their money, how to build their credit. They don't know how to struggle. They are afraid of struggling. They want everything given to them. A lot of them young boys, men, whatever, are being raised by today's modern day woman, and they are feminizing them boys. Them boys arching their eyebrows, putting on fingernail polish and shit, real skin tight pants and stuff, look like biker shorts, wearing these loud ass colors and stuff. That's feminizing these boys, man. Got dudes wearing, what is that, lip gloss? No, I mean, come on, man. Let's keep going, Jack.
Oh, man. I haven't heard listen to Jeremy in a while. All right, hold on. Let's play this for a minute and let me check out something real quick.
Warfare is changing. No longer are we throwing
All right, but this is the last one I wanted to do. So I like these random shit streams because I could go over stuff I normally wouldn't do in like one of the structured shows, like a news desk or the Sunday show or something. Oh, by the way, there's no Sunday show tomorrow. Super Bowl. So now everybody's going to be tied up with the Super Bowl, even if those aren't your two teams. So we're going to take Sunday night off. But this is a little expose on Palmer Luckey's company, Anduril, one of the weapons manufacturers for the U.S. Military, and they're perfecting this drone fleet technology.
wing soldiers at the front lines. Instead, AI weapons are fighting our battles for us. And there's only one company that had the foresight to begin building these weapons for the United States and its allies. The company you'll learn about today is so important it could stop you and I from being drafted into World War III. And the craziest part is that you're going to be able to invest in this company because it's planning an IPO. I first made a video about Anduril 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, this is also the guy that invented Oculus, and Facebook bought it from him. Yeah, Anduril. This is Palmer Luckey.
Before anyone cared about what it was doing. And it might explain why the company's legendary founder follows me on Twitter. So with this video, I'm going to help you understand Anduril. Because if you don't, you'll not only fail to grasp the state of our world, but you could hesitate when this company goes public and miss out on the next NVIDIA level financial returns. Believing in futuristic companies is all about believing in the people that were crazy enough to start them. And Palmer Luckey is probably one of Silicon Valley's most interesting founders. His story starts in his parents' garage as just a teenager. Most of his friends were playing Xbox, but Palmer was building his own VR headsets from scratch. His breakout moment happened when legendary game developer John Carmack borrowed one of Palmer's headsets for a demo at E3. Suddenly, Palmer's garage project was front page news. In April 2012, Palmer founded Oculus VR and launched a Kickstarter campaign. The goal was to raise $240,000, but they ended up raising $2.4 million. It wasn't long before it caught Facebook's attention because Mark Zuckerberg was always furious that his company hadn't been able to build a hardware platform. In March 2014, Facebook paid $2 billion to acquire Oculus. Palmer was just 21 at the time, and he was excited to build the future of VR at one of the world's most well-resourced companies. But a few years later, something happened that would change Palmer's fate. In September 2016, he donated $10,000 to Nimble America, a pro-Trump group that funded anti-Hillary Clinton ads. When that donation was exposed, Facebook employees revolted, and the company didn't want any controversial optics around the division that would become one of their biggest investments. In March 2017, Palmer was ousted.
I was fired at the height of my career. My gears were ground, and I really wanted to prove that I was somebody, that I was not a one-hit wonder, and that I still had it in me to do big things.
And while his reputation in Silicon Valley may have been slightly tarnished, the fire to innovate grew even stronger, and the boy genius began plotting his next move. Palmer Luckey didn't start Anduril alone, and the 4 people he united to build this company are still with the business nearly a decade later. The origin story happened when Palmer met Trey Stevens, a partner at Founders Fund who'd previously worked at defense software giant Palantir. Trey wanted to invest in defense tech, but he couldn't find any companies worth backing. Now, this was saying a lot because defense, it's one of the largest industries in the world. I mean, 40 cents of every dollar spent on it globally is done just by the United States. There were a few big problems developing the industry that Palmer and Trey spotted. The defense industry had become extremely consolidated, with only a few big players absorbing all of the spend. This in turn reduced competition, and with a cost-plus business model, which really doesn't incentivize speed or efficiency, a hugely important industry was operating with almost no innovation.
Our defense sector was stuck in the past. The biggest defense contractors had stopped innovating as fast as they had before, prioritizing shareholder dividends over advanced capability.
At the same time, Silicon Valley's top engineers were optimizing ad auctions and food delivery routes, while China was weaponizing AI, advancing hypersonic missiles, and building the largest navy in the world. Palmer and Trey just couldn't understand why the incredible technological breakthroughs happening in Silicon Valley weren't making their way into the UAS program. This means thousands of units could be deployed across infantry companies. But of course, drones aren't just defensive assets. What happens when they're put on the offense? In 2021, Anduril acquired Area 1, the company behind the Altius family of loitering munitions. It was a strategic move to add kinetic strike capability to their surveillance and defense portfolio. Altius drones are basically the modern version of Japanese kamikazes. They fly to an area, loiter for extended periods, then strike targets autonomously. They can patrol an area, identify targets using computer vision, and coordinate strikes with other Altius units. Ukraine has been using the Altius 600M since 2023, being supplied by the UK through contracts worth £30 million designed specifically for destroying Russian armor. But in 2023, Anduril upped the ante around its aerial defense capabilities again with a new product that might be one of its most impressive. Unlike the Anvil, the Roadrunner is designed for intercept missions, but at much longer ranges that are capable of defending assets like naval destroyers. It launches vertically with twin turbojets to intercept threats at high speed. The biggest breakthrough was reusability. Unlike traditional interceptor missiles, Roadrunner can land vertically and be used again. The economics really make this product a game changer. Traditional interceptor missiles cost $3 to $4 million per shot. For example, the Navy spent nearly $1 billion on interceptor missiles against Houthi drones in 15 months on the Red Sea. Roadrunner, on the other hand, can conduct hundreds of missions over its operational lifetime, and the Navy is already looking to roll it out on some of its ships. And speaking of the Navy, Anduril recently expanded into the underwater domain with a new product called Dive-LD, a 3-ton autonomous underwater vehicle for extended deep-sea missions. It can conduct mine countermeasures, anti-submarine warfare, seafloor mapping, and infrastructure inspection. The strategic importance cannot be understated. Some of the world's most critical infrastructure is housed underwater, from oil pipelines to the fiber optic cables that carry your internet traffic. Anduril's autonomous underwater vehicles provide persistent coverage at a fraction of the cost of traditional submarines. Australia awarded Anduril a joint development program for their Ghost Shark autonomous submarines based on this Dive-LD platform. And Anduril is also expanding its underwater product ecosystem, which now includes a seabed sentry system, guided torpedoes, and a larger Dive-XL platform. So if you're a savvy investor, there's actually a really exciting opportunity here, which is there's a publicly traded small cap marine robotic stock that supplies the batteries and sensors that power Anduril's Dive-LD submarines, and I think it's gonna explode. If you want access to my full in-depth research.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna cover some more Palantir too, but this is the direction everything's going. They've got a major defense contract. So does Palantir. I said it before, man. If you're gonna buy some Palantir now, it's probably the time to do it. Only thing with Palantir is they might actually end up being the ones that invent pre-crime. If you ever watched the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise, you know what I'm talking about. All right, perfect. All right, guys, that's my time for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.
Where's Stewie? That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.